I just received an invitation letter from Mr. Monopoly, but I've no job, no money, no friend. If I can't win in this game, how can I join the House of Landlords? There is no hope in a loser like me. Wait! The key of victory is in Alice's lecture on adverse possession. I don't need to spend a penny to occupy those lands. Ha 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 ha! After a long journey from the mainland, now arrive at HKU, such a wonderful place. From now on, I'm the research assistant here.
You finally arrived, my brother. It's so good to see you at Hong Kong U. Did you have a house to live in?
No, I'm going to rent a house in Kennedy Town.
No need lah, why don't you live in my house?
Of course, good idea.
Come in, come in. Here is my home. Here is the key. Just ask me questions if you have any.
That's great.
Are you studying botany? I know a professor who is an expert in this field. Do you want to meet her? This is Professor Chen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, you seem like a nature lover. Would you like to help me to farm?
I'm a research assistant in botany. And of course, I love to investigate the growth of plants.
So, you can help me to farm. You can also live in my house. Even though I won't pay you, I can let you plant whatever you want. Hi, you see, here's my farm. And from now on, you are the person responsible for this farm. But I'm going to Shanghai soon because my husband and my daughter miss me so much. So, would you mind helping me to farm? I guess you won't mind, right?
No problem.
Professor Chan left Hong Kong and died. Her family members decided to sue the research assistant to recover the land. So dirty! Hey, you! I'm Professor Chan's daughter. You squatter! This is my land. Leave now!
I have been possessing this farm continuously from 1991 till now.
No, you liar! You did not farm on holidays and weekends from 2001 to 2005. And during the period, you lived in your sworn brother's home. So, don't pretend. Leave now! Leave now!
It is common knowledge that an adverse possessor has to possess a property continuously. This principle has been confirmed in the cases Ricketts Properties and Armed Forces Trading and Lai Sim and Lam Yip Shing. However, the definition of continuity is not provided by the statute. Thus, we have to infer it from case law. Most of the time, this is not an issue because most adverse possessors reside on the disputed land and thus it is extremely easy for them to meet the requirements. However, when it comes to the aforementioned situation, controversy arises. According to the case Chen Ken Moon and Sanyi Investment Limited, the court held that the defendant did not continuously possess the farm since the defendant was living in the disputed farm for nearly 6 years, and the cultivation work was not continuously carried out. Thus, we know that people cannot claim to be an adverse possessor when they only work in the disputed land on holidays and weekends.
Hi, I'm Monk Johnny. I have purchased a land in the New Territories to build my temple 10 years ago. 5 years ago, I met Peter. He was very helpful and always helped me out in the temple.
Hi, I'm Peter. I met Monk Johnny 5 years ago. and I think he's a nice person. Therefore, I always go to the temple and help him out. I also like to chat with him and have dinner together. We are close friends. After a few months, Monk Johnny is very sick and he's dying. Monk Johnny, are you alright?
No, I think I'm going to die soon. Here is my bracelet and, and the seal of the temple. Let me give it to you and please take up the temple for me.
Don't worry, I will take up your temple. Honey, look at the property price. It's so expensive.
Yes, I don't think we can afford any housing now. Luckily, we've got this temple as our shelter. We can also pass this on to our children.
Sure.
Hey, where is Monk Johnny?
Monk Johnny has died. Who are you?
I'm the registered owner of this piece of land.
I think that's not true. Monk Johnny has passed this piece of land to me as a gift. So, I'm now the owner of this piece of land. And see, he has given me his seal and his bracelet.
No, but you don't have the title deed. You are not trespassing my land. Go
Whoa,
away, go
whoa,
away.
Whoa, whoa.
According to Buckinghamshire County Council and Moran, in claiming adverse possession, the word adverse means a possession as of wrong. So when he's believing that this is a gift by Monk Johnny, and he is the owner of the land anyways, it must be impossible for him to create possessory title since his intention is not wrongful at all.
Can we still live here?
No, you too. You don't even know that you are trespassing my land, and so you don't have the intention to dispossess me as the owner. Therefore, you cannot overcome the hurdle, and you too, cannot invoke adverse possession to me.
Can the squatter get the possessory title?
In this case, the paper owner is wrong. The squatter only has to establish that there is an intention to possess, and intention to dispossess the owner of paper title is not required. Accordingly, the intention can be sufficiently established even when the squatter did not realize that he was trespassing on another's land. The rationale behind is to be explained by Hugh and Koch, cited with approval in Chuan Kwok Yuen and Sun Hui Fan. If the law requires an intention to dispossess, it means that only those who knew they were trespassing, that is to say doing something illegal, could acquire the title of the land. But those who did not realize they were doing anything wrong would acquire no rights at all. This could not be what the law requires. The law only requires factual possession together with a manifested intention to treat the land as belonging to the possessor to the exclusion of everyone else.
Good rabbits!
What?
Do not step on my land. Can you see these fences?
No, I'm the indigenous resident here. This is the land my father left me. This is my ancestors' land.
The right of action was accrued to you 30 years ago. I adversely possessed this land. Under Section 7, Subsection 2 of the Limitation Ordinance, you can no longer recover my land. Ha ha ha!
No! Limitation ordinance cannot bar my traditional customary rights, you know?
Ah!
According to Section 13 of the New Territories Ordinance, the Court of First Instance and the District Court shall have the power to recognize and enforce any Chinese custom or customary rights affecting the lands in the new territories. In the case of Tan Kai Chung and Tan Chuk Shan, Section 13 is mandatory. Therefore, the court must recognize and enforce Chinese custom and customary rights. If the English law affects the Chinese custom, then it must be disregarded. In the subsequent case, Tuen Long and Tung Lun Anong, the plaintiff was a male indigenous resident. The code of the Qing dynasty reflected the tradition that the plaintiff was entitled to a share of the land left behind by his deceased father in the new territories. The High Court applied Tan Kai Chong and held that the limitation ordinance cannot bar the plaintiff from claiming a customary right in land. Therefore, even dispossession dated back to 30 years ago. Squatter cannot rely on the limitation ordinance to defeat indigenous paper owners' entitlement to his deceased father's land, which is guaranteed in Section 13 of New Territories Ordinance.
Wow, this set seems suitable to me. How much does it cost?
Oh, what a good taste. I'm going to sell this flat for $2,000 with $500 as deposit.
Okay, let me pay the deposit now.
Hey, there are some unforeseeable conditions in the market now. I think it would be better if we postpone our completion for 2 months. Perhaps in the end of May?
Okay. Actually, I also need some capital for my own use. But as I have nowhere to live now, what should I do?
I see. As you're such a nice guy, I would allow you to live there now. Would it be fine for you?
Yes, I will take possession of it and occupy it now. But this is contrary to our first agreement. Shall we put it down in clear terms?
No problem.
They are forgetful persons. They forgot the transaction and never completed the sale. No assignment had been executed by them thereon.
It seems that the vendor is a friendly person who does not pursue any further payments of the balance. Let's make a modification of tenancy, acknowledging that I'm the permittee of the owner. What the heck? The alleged owner of my flat now wants to evict me out of my flat? I must take the defense action.
Can the owner obtain the possessory title?
Before deciding the issue, we have to recite the legal principles in this area. The first landmark case here is Buckinghamshire County Council and Moran. It is held that possession is never adverse if it is enjoyed under a lawful title. This position is confirmed by the first CFA case Wong Tai Sin. The principles of what amounts to adverse is elaborated in Li Xiufeng and Wong Man Leung and others. Where the Honorable Chief Justice Ma held that where a person occupies land as a licensee or otherwise with the permission of the true owner, he is not in adverse possession because the occupation is enjoyed under lawful title. From the facts, we can find that first, the purchaser was let into occupation of the property by the vendor. Second, the first and second sale and purchase agreement shows the intention of the purchaser buying the legal title from the vendor. Third, the acknowledgement rendered in 1971 was an effective acknowledgement that the vendor was the true owner of the property. These facts present that the purchaser's entry in the flat was lawful and with the consent of the vendor as a licensee. The possession could not be adverse. Therefore, it is unlikely that the purchaser could defend such action.
With this new member of the family, I think we need more space to live. Let me find a piece of farmland in the new territories.
Okay.
I rented this piece of farmland. We finally have somewhere nice to live on.
Whoa, this place looks nice. We can farm here. What about building our house here as well?
Hey, my little brother. You know, with my wife and child, our land cannot support our whole family. What about we find another piece of land nearby and do some farming?
Why not? We can produce more, sell more, and earn more. Let's go! Wow, someone seemed to have farmed here before, but it is now deserted. Let's farm here, this close to our place.
Great! Let's build a bridge from here to there. Let's fence this side of the land. The wild animals are so annoying and they may destroy our crops.
Okay, but what about the other side?
It's alright, as we have to go in and out from time to time, and I think fencing the whole land would hinder the growing of the crop.
Okay, but I think we should dig a ditch on the other side and also build some posts to show our boundaries.
Good idea.
Having farmed here for so many years, I should have a possessory title.
In the case of Chen On and Multi-Skill Investments Limited, the court held that these activities did not amount to a single and exclusive possession to the land. The judge cited Mr. Justice Lam VP in this case, who said, "One must not lose sight of the exclusive character of the occupation in order to establish factual possession. If a person only plants fruit trees without excluding others from entering the land, he is only using the land instead of occupying the same exclusively. The facts were that the fences were built to prevent wild dogs going in, and the bridge across the ditch has no gate. While there are sites with posts erected to signify the boundaries, they did not stop people from going in. Therefore, the steps that were taken by the squatter was insufficient to exclude other people from entering the disputed land. The squatter has only demonstrated that he and his family had made use of the disputed land for the purpose of providing a livelihood, but short of dealing with it as the occupying owner.